Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Bad, actually.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing great.
okay, you're good.
Welcome to, what, Two Men on a Couch?
Yeah, it's Two Men on a
That's
Couch.
an inside joke.
We had other names.
We're on two couches right now, actually. We're not on one singular
So
couch.
two guys on two couches. I mean, it's basically one couch.
Yeah, it's
Just break down this
how
barrier.
it's set up. It's
Mm-hmm.
two couches. Yeah, we should probably introduce ourselves. Jared, why don't you go first?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm Jared. I'm from Colorado.
Womp womp.
Okay, wow, jeez. Come on, we were the first to legalize weed. Like, come on. It's a thing.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Shoot, what else? I don't know. I guess I go to college. I'm not a huge movie guy either. Which is why I actually like this setup. 'Cause I'm not a movie guy, but you are.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of questions about movies. Like if you look at my movie list, which you've seen.
Well, not all of it. It's a pretty big list.
Well,
but
yeah, you haven't extensively.
You haven't
looked at-
seen Shrek. I think that's a good baseline.
That's
to
a good baseline for
how bad this situation is.
I know, yeah.
What's another movie that you hear people talk about all the time that you haven't seen?
Oh, jeez.
Have you seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay,
Bambi? Is that
I don't know. I
bad?
think you could have missed out on Bambi.
There's a lot of Disney ones I haven't seen. Like Encanto I didn't watch. And
It was decent.
Yeah.
It was decent. And you could have missed that one.
I
But,
could- yeah.
You've seen
I've seen-
Aladdin. Okay, you haven't seen Aladdin?
I don't
Alright.
think I've seen the full one.
Well, that's a better baseline then.
Yeah, but I've seen Cinderella, Snow White.
So you got the basics down.
I at least have seen the good-ish movies.
Okay. Well, I'm Michael. I'm Jared's friend.
Best friend.
Oh, best? Wow.
You're my best friend.
All right, I'll take that. You're mine too, but I didn't have to say that. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm from California. I know. Womp womp.
Big womp womp.
Whatever. Yeah, I love movies, as Jared said. Man. Well, we're gonna get to our top 5 movies in a
Later,
second here,
yeah.
but I'm the type of guy that you go to ask about specific questions about movies because I happen to watch a YouTube video about it.
What was it? Oh, we're still going through a video where it's 12-hour long.
Oh yeah, a
hours
brief
long.
analysis of The Phantom Menace.
Shout out.
Talked about TC-14 for half an hour, dog.
It was awesome.
Holy cow! If you don't know who TC-14 is, I'm so glad for you. But yeah, what'd you say? Yeah, we're in college. We're currently in my
Yeah.
dorm room.
It's actually kind of nice. I like your dorm room.
We're actually staring at each other right now.
Oh, intimate.
I'm on my futon and he's on my roommate's couch. Yeah, it's weird. It's not my roommate. Jared's not my roommate.
I know.
Maybe next year.
One day,
We'll see.
maybe. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. One day you might get married by then, but
Well, no. Remember, I have that 1 year.
yeah, but
We're off.
yeah,
to
that's true.
Neverland.
Shout out to Elena. She's probably listening to this. That's the sad part. We're gonna get one view. It's gonna be Elena. Hey, Elena, how you doing?
And everyone else that listens, but all right.
Yeah, we'll get Steven.
We should probably talk about why we're doing this.
Oh yeah. You go ahead, Jared.
Why?
You do this.
Okay.
This is your shtick.
This is my shtick. Okay. Well, basically.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shtick. This is my
Your thing.
thing.
Yeah, it's your. Man, how do you define shtick now?
Yeah.
Man,
We're not an English channel, Michael.
I'm sorry.
We talk about
The definition
movies.
of shtick.
Yeah. So basically, one, it's I want to watch more movies, and two, Michael likes to watch movies.
I
so
love watching movies.
You watch one every day.
Half the time, I'm in my room watching a movie.
I know. So it's we just wanted to talk about it, and Michael has been encouraging me to watch some of the movies on my list.
Yeah,
And
he has
so-
too many, and he needs to start watching them.
And so we decided, well, why not talk about the movies that we watch? Because there was a college professor here who did a in-depth analysis of Dune, a discussion.
Yeah, the
panel.
first one, yeah.
Yeah. And so we were kind of inspired by that, and so we were like, hey, why not talk about movies that we watch?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the plan is we watch a movie. The next one coming up is Matrix. We watch a movie, and then we just talk about it. Jared asks me questions about the movie, and I try to answer them however I can.
and we can discuss like I think I'll have a few questions just on like hypotheticals. Like you might not even have an answer.
Oh yeah, there might be questions that I bring up that you'll be like, I haven't watched the other three movies, so I don't understand anything that you're saying
Except
right
I've
now.
watched the end of one random movie for some reason. Because that's
Was
what
it
I do.
Revelations?
It was the third one. Yeah.
Not Revelations. That's
We'll talk about
Book
that
of the Bible.
later.
Gosh.
Later.
Resolution?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
But yeah.
I know Resurrections is
'Cause
bad, so.
Because I've watched a bunch of clips of movies, but not full movies. So.
Which makes no sense.
I know.
You are like, you're not chronically online, but you're chronically online when it comes to movie clips.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I've seen the entirety of like what is it, Edge of Tomorrow, the one where Tom Cruise goes back and like relives the moments.
Oh yeah, and then like if he die, it's like he goes back.
Like I've
and-
watched 90% of the movie just through clips.
Yeah.
Like not in order either. It's weird.
That's what clips are for, I guess, nowadays.
Sometimes I get stuck in the YouTube loophole of doing that. So.
Yeah, but that's our plan. Just interesting movies. Typically, it's going to be off Jared's movie list. So maybe sometimes I might have not seen it, but a majority of the time I've seen the movie beforehand. So it's mainly going to be Jared asking me questions. Me sometimes asking Jared questions about what he thinks about certain things.
We might rewatch some movies. Like I want to rewatch Dune 2 with you.
And then talk. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because I think that's maybe we could get the professor.
Well, I've thought about getting the president of Film Critic Club on this.
Oh, God.
We'd have to get another mic.
We would.
Or it's
we
like we
share
just
mic.
hand one of ours and then
Or
we just
or
switch
it's like
off.
you and him. I can.
No, you
just chill.
you need to be there.
Okay.
Like you can talk to. Like I think we just ask a question and
Future
then
plans. We have big.
I just mimicked
aspirations.
handing a mic. You can't see that, but I mimicked handing a mic to Gus
That's.
like that. All right,
yeah.
let's get into our top 5. How about that?
You go first because I'm really bad at thinking about movies.
All right. Number 1 is Heat, and that is Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. I think it's the greatest movie of all time. It's a perfect sequel, and you get one of the biggest twists in all of cinema, which I'm not going to say because
Well,
we're not going to say spoilers.
At this point, it's kind of like.
Well, I'm not gonna be the one to ruin that.
That's
because
true.
I
You
remember
shouldn't
seeing
ruin
it for
that.
the first time. If you're gonna watch Star Wars, watch it release order, not chronological order. That's my personal opinion, because there's a lot of twists in the original trilogy that you don't pick up on. So that's my favorite. That's my favorite movie of all time. Maybe not greatest movie of all time because there's some masterpieces out there from, Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, like big name directors. Number 2 is Tombstone. And I know you haven't seen Tombstone.
I have not seen Tombstone.
And I really want us to watch Tombstone.
I should check if that's on my list. I'll do that.
It
as you keep
better be on
talking.
your list. Tombstone, great movie about the West. You got a fire cast. Such a stacked cast. You got, why can't I think of names right now? Val Kilmer. You got Kurt Russell. You've got, is it Sam? Sam. I think it might be Sam. I don't remember. But you got a great cast. What's his name? I just said it. Val Kilmer's character, Doc Holliday, steals the show. He steals the entire movie. He's not even the main character, and he does. But that's a great movie. 3rd. Now, this is where my list starts to get a little murky, because top 2 are solid. Those are my rocks. But, like, 3, 4, 5 are interchangeable, really. But I'd say a solid 3 is it's going to be a weird one to say, but A Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm a big Tim Burton fan when it comes to works that he's not involved in, but his name is on. Because he didn't do anything for A Nightmare Before Christmas other than put his name on the film. I don't know if you knew that, but
I didn't know that.
Because he was
haven't seen it.
Was he filming not Beetlejuice? He was filming something else during the time, so he's too busy doing that. to not be able to go do A Night Before Christmas. So he just like put the stuff that he created in his mind in front of someone,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had to put his dream together without him there. I think he showed up sometimes, but Tim Burton, I think his Batman is one of the best Batman. So Batman, 84? No, 1987, 89. I don't remember. 80s.
That's
80s
okay.
Batman. Beautiful Batman. Michael Keaton. Number 4. Ooh, that's a hard one. I think lately I've been feeling Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I'm a big fan of that.
You've been talking about it a lot recently.
Well, Michael Cera, great actor. He doesn't get enough recognition. But Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of those comic to movie things that really worked out in the end. They changed some things, but that's with every movie. But I think that would definitely be my 4. For now. It might switch. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then 5 is Dead Poet Society. One of Robin Williams' greatest films that he's ever acted in. You got such heavy hitters in that movie, and I don't want to say anything else, but it's very... When you know Robin Williams and his story, him being in that movie just hits that much harder because of stuff that happens in the movie. I won't spoil it for you because you haven't seen it.
I can't wait to watch that one.
It's a
Everyone
great
talks
movie.
about it so highly that I'm just
Oh,
like,
Captain, my Captain. Like, that's... The idea of the movie is powerful, and I wish we could talk more about it, but I can't because you're here. So,
I can't wait.
Jared,
That'll be great.
I pass the mic to you, but you have your own. So,
Oh, yeah, so my top 5. Again, I'm very limited on my list.
Yeah. I bet you Whiplash is on this list.
Yes, it is actually. I will admit that. But number 1, oh, it's got to be, I want to say Dune.
Dune,
2.
the
Dune
first
2.
one?
2.
Okay, the second one.
I think it just had so many great shots, and
Cinematography was beautiful.
cinematography was great, and I loved the acting. I wasn't a huge fan of, but it wasn't enough to distract me from just the great shots, and then the plot line and how they adapted the book into the movie, and just the message behind it and kind of the underlying themes. I think if we do like a guest appearance when talking about that movie, I cannot wait to ask so many questions and discuss about those themes, because it's just such a deep movie.
It's a really good movie that I think if we did, like, honestly try to do one of those, it'd almost be a 2-hour session just because of how much there is
Just
to
from
discuss.
like a couple topics.
Just from, like, you could do a quarter of that movie and it'd take 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because of how deep even a quarter of it. Speaking of deep,
Yeah.
Muad'Dib.
Muad'Dib.
Lisan
Lisan
al-Gaib. Thank you.
Second, I would say Fight Club.
No. The first rule of Fight Club is we
I
don't
know.
talk about Fight Club.
But it was such a good movie.
The twist?
I watched that. I think you weren't here. I think it was like I had to stay because of a break, and I had sports.
Because of basketball.
Yeah, and so I think I was just sitting there, and I was like, I need to watch a movie, and so I like turned on Hulu, and there was Fight Club, and I was like, I've heard it's good, and it was just,
It blows your mind.
it was really fun to watch.
If you like that, you should probably watch Memento. It's a Chris Nolan film, and I wouldn't say it's the same, but it has kind of that similar idea of a bit of disassociation,
Mm-hmm.
where you dissociate, and some of the ideas of like losing yourself in a way is
Yeah.
part of Memento, which is, I believe, Chris Nolan's first film, but I think he did one before that, if I remember, but he doesn't count it. That's a whole different story. Sorry.
That's a Wikipedia article.
I
somewhere.
like talking, so I don't know if you guys
That's
will
okay.
discover that. I'll talk a lot.
That's okay. But yeah, Fight Club.
What's your 3?
Not Whiplash. It's farther down.
Wow. It used to be #1 for you. It's been too long since you watched it. That's the issue.
Yeah, well, I've settled into like
it's an
Just
okay movie.
yeah, a little bit more, but it still sticks with me.
It's because I think your palate is so
Parched.
no, your palate is so not basic, but like it's very open right now because you haven't tasted a lot of different movies yet.
Yeah.
Where my palate is so it's become very
Mm-hmm.
specific. Where I'm like, okay, I want something that's gonna blow my mind, but at the same time, I want to understand it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to watch another Tenet, even though I did enjoy the movie. It was just it's a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel like your palate is so open that Whiplash hit you because you're like, wow, I really like these themes, the cinematography, the direction they went with this, how
Yeah.
he goes from wearing a white shirt at the very beginning to a black shirt showing that he's becoming like his teacher. Like there's little tiny details that I think you really enjoyed, and that's why
Mm-hmm.
you like the movie so much.
Anyway, 3,
Okay,
not
sorry.
Whiplash. That's okay. 3, I think I'll put Interstellar there. I'm at
Good movie.
yeah. I feel like my top 3 sometimes I like change it every once in a while. Like I think Interstellar used to be my number 2 and Fight Club my 1. But I think yeah, Interstellar again. Christopher Nolan, great visuals, great story. Very emotional. Like I did, maybe shed a tear or two.
Did you like Matthew McConaughey's performance in that?
He did pretty good.
I have nothing against him. I
I
think he
I,
did great in that
I
movie.
think that
Timothy Chalamet was in that movie.
was he the kid?
Uh-huh. That's technically his highest grossing film right now.
Wow,
Yeah. I think Dune 2 might pass it, though.
it's close. It's gonna be close. And then 4. Yeah, I'm at 4.
You're at 4.
Um, I think I'll put Whiplash there. I just
Yeah?
like, I used to be a band kid, and so I like, and also just like the idea between authority and hard work. It's just, it's thought provoking, and it's just interesting to see. And then,
Sorry, Dune 2 has become his highest grossing film now.
wow.
It
Good for
used to be
him.
Wonka, actually. Wait, hold up.
Oh, the recent one?
Worldwide, yeah, it used to be Wonka, and now it's Dune 2.
I wonder if it was big in Europe.
Wonka, I actually enjoyed Wonka a lot. I went with my parents, and we all kind of shed a tear at the end, so we'll have to watch that at some point.
Eventually. Well, we gotta get through a lot more.
We have a
before
lot before we get to that.
that. I first gotta watch the other Wonkas, Willy Wonkas.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen Gene Wilder,
Um,
man. Great performance.
5th movie. Hot take. 12 Angry Men.
I'm not gonna say anything because your palate is so empty and ready
I
to
know
be
it's an
fulfilled.
old movie.
It's nothing against the age of the movie. It's just I think I have a slight against it because I watched it in high school and I missed a big part of the movie because I was doing something for school, like maybe Senate or something. And I came back and everyone's like, "Oh man, this movie is so good." And then I went back and watched the section. I'm like, this movie kind of drags on a little bit.
I will say I haven't watched it in a while. I'll admit that.
Well, I'm not dissing. I think it's a great 5. I think if you're gonna choose a classic movie,
I
I'd
think
put that.
it's a great classic.
Oh, yeah.
I would pick it over films like even Casablanca or stuff like
Wow, really,
that.
Casablanca?
I would pick it over 2001: Space Odyssey.
Everyone would choose that over, other than Stanley Kubrick himself. People would choose.
Well, and film teachers apparently.
It's
We'll
He-
rant about it later.
he had
We'll
to have
rant.
been on something when he made that movie.
We'll have
okay?
like an in-betweener episode where we just rant about movies like that we
Mo-
just don't like.
Oh yeah, we should do like a bad movie day where we just talk about movies that we think are bad.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Future plans. I like
Top
it.
5 worst or top 5 least favorite films of all time.
We'll do that later.
And we'll go 5 to 1 because one's gonna be
worst.
your worst.
But yeah, so that's my list. As you can see, it's pretty.
It's pretty chill.
It's wildly different compared to yours.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, it's because again, you have a fresh palate to
Yeah.
movies where I'm a lot more refined. That's why I say Empire Strikes Back and Tombstone are like solid because I'd really have to see a movie that's better, in my
Oh.
opinion, than those.
I'm thinking of more movies now.
We got. I would think you would put Revenge of the Sith on your list, just because you sometimes
I
give me
would
that vibe.
put Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
5.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that'd probably be my 6.
I'll take out 12 Angry Men and put Return of the King down.
I respect
probably,
that. I respect that.
because, I mean,
It's a masterpiece.
it's Return of the King.
Like, come on.
Might creep up to 4, but whatever. We may have to just do a Lord of the Rings marathon.
We'll probably do update lists probably every now and again, which will mainly just be you updating your list while I'm like, yeah, it's the same over here. But Scott Pilgrim will probably get pushed out at some point, I think,
We'll see.
while I'm rewatching movies.
Your little stint. This
Yeah.
is your little
This
stint.
is my little Scott Pilgrim stint for now. I haven't watched it in a while. I haven't watched it in like 2 years, but actually a year. I watched it last year because my friends.
Yeah.
I think Noah didn't see it, so that's why I watched it.
Oh.
We also watched How I Met Your Mother. I watched How I Met Your Mother.
Do we gotta do like a series?
We might have to do TV shows at some point.
I first want to get through movies. I think that's more important to my
I'm watching Fallout right now, and it's banger. I told you this at lunch, but it is straight.
Straight fire.
They are. Other people don't like it. I like it. I think it's good, but I've only gotten through 2 episodes so far. So
It'll be good.
okay. Well, yeah, that's the plan. We're just gonna watch movies, talk about it, have fun. Jared, do you want to say anything before we end this stint?
No, I think this will just be fun.
Yeah,
I actually, yeah, this will be good. I like
this will be good
talking
for
with
you
It'll be great for me. I
because
think,
you're gonna get a lot of.
I think
emotion
you'll
out.
enjoy it too.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy hearing your opinions about movies for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's always fun seeing someone who's never seen or done something try it out for the first time.
Well, I honestly haven't heard your opinions about Matrix yet because we've kind of not tried to talk about it so we could leave it for this and we could delve better. But I'm really interested to hear what your opinions about. We've already watched The Matrix. We're filming this like right before we do the Matrix section, but like I want to hear his opinion on Matrix. So,
All right.
all right,
Well,
should we call it there?
We should probably call it.
How should we end this?
I don't know.
Should we just do "Hey, how you doing" again, or
No, because that's like
that's a starting thing?
yeah,
It's like our starting thing.
such just our thing.
I have no idea how to end this.
Might just cut it.
Just say bye.
Yeah.
Bye. This is so
Bye.
awkward. Bye.
We do the really cheesy subscribe.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Please don't.
Well, I mean, if you want to.
No,
sure,
because if you,
Well,
this is
I
a
guess.
psychological thing. It's called the
True.
child brain, where if you tell someone not to do something, they're more likely to do it because you told them not to.
Why are we talking about psychology?
All right, bye.